go meet some of these people that we work with. Why not, huh?
Imagine a world we could live in. Plant these seeds in the minds of our children. Plant these trees and grow a solution. Hemp can save the world.
Well, I'm Greg from HTTV, Hemp House Reality Series. We're up here on the San Juan Ridge with lovely Neil and Stella, who we met, about 4.2 years ago?
Yeah, about 4 years ago.
On Skype, when I was doing a webinar on building with hemp. And since then, here we are, a 2-story round house of hemp.
Imagine a world we could live in. Plant these seeds in the minds of our children. Plant these trees and grow a solution. Hemp can heal the world. Imagine a world we could live in. Plant these seeds in the minds of our children. Plant these trees and grow a solution.
Isn't it? I mean, this is amazing. This is like the highlight of my last week's trip to come here and visit with you guys. I've been waiting for ages to come here and visit with you guys and see this house and talk about all the great stuff you've done with it. This is awesome. So hey, say hi to everybody back home.
Everyone out there in Hempland,
Yeah. Welcome.
welcome to our house.
So hey, do you want to show us around and tell us a little bit about the process that you came to get to this
Sure.
house? Because you guys are involved in natural building, aren't you?
We are.
You've done like earth building.
Yeah, we used to do earth bag or super adobe construction, which is similar to rammed earth, in flexible form rammed earth. We wanted to do something that was round because that's the buildings that we had done, and we found out about hempcrete and we wanted to make it happen.
You've made it happen, all right, in a 2-story way.
Yeah.
And right, like this is the first round hemp house in America,
Yes, that's correct.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
think there are going to be more.
I hope so.
Yeah, there are going to be more. In fact, we're working with a guy who's a structural engineer out of Toronto, who is in love with the roundhouse principle. He's been working on some designs for many years, all with hemp and magnesium oxide, which you've got here as well, right? And do you have magnesium?
Yeah,
oxide?
We don't have
Oh,
it.
you
I'm
don't?
trying. We're
Just
talking to
hemp.
you about it.
Oh, that's right. Well, we'll come
Where's
back-
our delivery?
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
But anyway, the roundhouse is great for high wind loads, right?
Yes, it is.
And also, you've got, I think I can see a little bit of mesh in here. You've meshed all the lime plaster, haven't you?
We did. We put an alkaline resistant mesh in the second coat.
In the second coat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, on your lime plaster, did you do, what was the thickness? You did 3 coats?
We did 3 coats. Yeah.
So you've done typically 3/8 of an inch, then 3/8 of an inch, then 1/8 of an inch?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, I'm just finding this out with different people around the country as to what thicknesses they're using, because down in New Zealand, we've done 20 mils, which is the same, 7/8 of an inch, and then we've done 12 mils, which is 1/2 inch. Depending on the company that we're using, determines what thickness we have to go to. But typically with a lime plaster, depending on the gradation of the sand, the 3/8, 3/8, and then 1 inch for your final color coat. is typical-
1/8
typical.
for the
1/8.
color coat.
1/8, yeah,
Yeah.
3/8 for the scratch,
Yep.
3/8 for your brown, and then 1/8 for the color.
Yeah. We had to go a little thicker in some places because
Yeah.
it was a workshop that we were
Oh,
that was building
that's
our
right, the workshop.
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's right.
that was
Yeah,
building
and
our
you have a
hempcrete
few
house.
little-
Yeah.
little undulations.
But you know, with the hempcrete, you can actually take a nail float and you can shape it back and shave it back. So we were able to shape it that way before, do some prep work before we actually did the scratch coat. Yeah.
Well, the other reason for going thick like that is that you don't get that shading effect with your. Once you've done your brown coat and then you put your color coat on, you've got the same thickness all the way through.
Right.
Which means you don't have those undulating shading in the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's come out beautiful.
Yeah.
Did you do this work?
We hired a local plasterer and then hired some local people to help us, but we
Yeah, we
were
worked on
involved
it as
with the
well.
whole thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, this is
And he
real
wants to
credit
hire
you
me for
guys.
future jobs. So.
Oh, really? Oh, well.
He didn't want to break up the team. Yeah, he's like, oh, we work so well together. I'm like, well, I got to finish the rest of the house.
Yeah.
It was great. We had a great time. We just had to wait to do this is only 2 weeks old. So we had to wait
Yeah.
to do the finish coat until the temperatures went back down because we had such a hot summer, as you know.
So being so hot, were you spraying between each coat?
Yeah.
The
To let
first
it-
two coats.
First two coats?
We sprayed, but this one, it doesn't need to be sprayed, but we actually started to spray it and then found out that is not really necessary. But the temperatures need to be like around, no more than like around 80 degrees on the last coat.
We could
More
go
temperate.
higher for the first two coats.
Yeah.
It could be up to 90 degrees.
Okay.
So yeah, so that gave us some flexibility. And then we found with the hempcrete that it did suck a lot. You know, we have
It will.
12
Lot of
inches
Yeah.
of
water.
hempcrete.
Yeah.
It sucked a lot of water. So we started, you know, the afternoon before spraying it down every couple hours.
Okay, yep.
And then we'd even have somebody, usually Stella would spray it down right before we went to plaster because it would just, you know, you didn't have to worry about it running
no,
down the
yeah.
wall. It just kept sucking in that moisture.
Yep.
Yeah.
The nice thing about it is that we could actually put the plaster directly on the hemp.
Yes.
You know, with other
Without
building
having the
techniques.
lath.
Without the lath, which is so nice, except around the windows. But I think everyone enjoyed the process, and it with other natural building materials. A lot of times there's a lot of more uneven texture areas that they have to deal with. And with the hemp, because we could go with the float and get it nice and even, we really didn't have a lot to deal with the first two coats and getting that
Nice.
nice.
It was a
and
little
smooth.
different than what we're used to with the earth bag building, where our plaster is much thicker. And so when your bags are a little bit out or a little bit in, we always say, oh, we'll just make it up with the plaster, you
right.
know? Whereas here, what I realized was that you really want to have the hempcrete be almost the finish that you want, and then you're just building the lime off of
Right.
that. So you're not, because lime is more expensive.
It's more expensive. and
Yeah,
you
so
use
you're not
more
using
material,
as much.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's what we had to figure out was, oh, okay, we really have to get our shape right with the hempcrete, and did a little bit of patching and stuff, so that when we came to the stage of doing the lime, it could be thin coats, and it was already pretty much where we wanted it. Yeah.
Right on. Well, it's a real credit to you. I love this house. I just love it. Let's go take a look inside.
Yeah.
Seeds in the minds of our children. Plant these trees and grow a solution. Hemp can heal the world.
Hey, is this the mixer?
This is the mixer. This is what we mix the hempcrete in.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Did you buy this?
I did. I drove all the way to Mill, Nevada to get it. $500.
No way.
Did a little, cleaned it up, and
Oh,
it was
cool.
ready to go.
Oh my goodness. Perfect size mixer too. Paddle mixer, horizontal shaft,
Yeah.
Whiteman. Oh my, $500.
Yep.
That was a deal.
It's 13 horsepower, so it's strong enough it doesn't
Wow.
get bogged down
That
with the hempcrete. And we were able to mix all of our plaster,
Yeah.
the hempcrete, and then we're also going to do our floor with that mixer too.
Nice.
Yeah, with our poured earth floor.
Well done.
Yeah.
'Cause typically you'd pay about $500-600 for 3 or 4 weeks of renting it.
I know, that's what we rented for our workshop.
Right.
So we went and bought it to finish and do the interior and stuff. Yeah.
Wow. Well, you're ready to go on the road with me then. Hey, let's go and have a look at this place.
Okay.
Independence was made on hemp paper. Thomas Jefferson at hemp fields. Let me tell you all the things organically grown hemp yields. Jack Herring tried to tell us the news. We can even use the seeds to improve our food. Build homes in the future made straight from hemp.
Oh, now this is what I call a round hemp house.
What do you think?
Oh my lord! Oh wow! This is awesome. I love it, and the smell. Right now,
Yeah.
this is a healthy house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
this is a healthy house for sure.
8.3 pH with the lime. This is what we mean when we say make your space a healthy place.
For
Right.
sure.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did a lot of considerations for a healthy home, and we were just amazed at the results. So it's been incredible.
My goodness, this is awesome. This is really, wow. It's better than I'd thought, to be honest.
Yeah, people come in when they see the outside, they're like, "Oh, this is pretty cool, Hempcrete Roundhouse," and then they come in and they see the ceiling and the skylight and everything, and the hempcrete walls, and they're like, "Whoa! When are you gonna build me one of these?"
So you got orders now?
We have
we do.
people
We have
interested,
people
yeah,
interested,
a few
yeah.
people interested
That
in
is
this,
great.
this
Yeah.
design. Yeah.
That's awesome. So do you want to explain the process for our viewers in terms of from the ground up. I've seen the process, the progress pictures that you've been sending me. But can you explain what you've got because you laid some special mix on the floor, didn't you, on the ground?
Yeah, we did.
And then explain through the roof for us.
The first thing we did was of course, we poured the foundation, and then we did CMU block or cinder block, and then on top of that, we did 2 courses of Flavall, which is our insulating that gives us an R22 R value, and then we laid down about 7 inches of volcanic rock, which gave us our insulation layer, about an R10, and then we did 5 inches of road base, which is going to be our thermal mass, which is going to soak up the sun, the heat from the sun, and then we're doing 1.5 inches of poured earth on top of that. So that's our foundation and floor. And one of the reasons why we use the Flavall wall system because it's 12 inches wide, which is what our Hempcrete walls are. So it worked really well. It was a nice marriage. And then, of course, we did our sill plate and the framing, and that took a little over a month to get the framing done. And then we held the workshop with the instructor from Hemp Technologies and filled in about half of the hempcrete with them, and then trained some people from a local natural building school, had them come for a few days, and then trained them and had them help us finish the home. And then we finished the roof after that. The ceiling material that you can see is just a tongue and groove cedar, which matched the trim, which was part of the roof kit. So everything from the top plate up, not including the ceiling, is the kit that we got from Smiling Woods Yurts. So the metal roof, the skylight, the Douglas fir laminated ring, all of that came from there. And then we put in about 10 inches, 10.5 inches of wool, and that was our insulation, is sheep's wool. So we get about an R45 R value out of the sheep's wool.
Yeah, and the sheep's wool comes from Oregon, so it's pretty local. And also they get recycled aspects from sweaters from different companies as well that goes in there.
You'll see like purple pieces of yarn and stuff in there. Yeah.
So was it loose or was it in a roll?
It was loose.
It's loose, yeah.
It's loose fill? Okay.
Yeah.
So for 10 inches, you got an R45?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 to 11 inches, and then we had two hoppers that basically pushed it up, and we had scaffolding that was up here, and we basically just blew it down in each bay of the roof. So that's how we did it. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, let's take a tour upstairs.
Nice flow though.
Yeah, that was Stella's design.
Oh, Stella?
Yep,
Okay.
to have the curving stairs and this curving railing that went up to the office space here.
So you got an office up here
yeah,
as well?
this is the office, and this is in the wintertime. You can sit here with the couch, and all the leaves drop, and you can actually see the ridge that's across the way. So that's why we put these 3 windows here.
So Neil, show us through the rest of the house, mate.
Okay, so let's go into the office.
So this is, hey, can I ask you, why did
Yeah.
you make your wall so high here?
Well,
As opposed to kind of being able to walk up and just kind of look down like a mezzanine style?
yeah, well, we wanted a little bit of privacy, but we didn't want a ceiling so that we would still get heat from the house. So that's kind of why we chose to do that. And this is the Starseed Creative International Headquarters. This is where all the magic happens. Yeah, in here. So we wanted to be kind of a fun, creative space. That's why we kept with the circles and the walls and stuff. And then we have this window that goes down to the kitchen. So if I'm designing up here, I can kneel down and Stella can hoist
Bring
me
out my
up
sandwich.
some brownies or something. We're not totally sure what we're going to do with that window, but we might just have shutters or something like that.
Right,
Keep it fun.
Hey, this house exudes fun.
I hope so.
This is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. Okay, let's see the rest of the house, mate.
Okay.
So Neil, you've got these circles here.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Are you going to put some glass in here, or?
Yeah, we wanted put some maybe openable windows in there, or different colored, maybe I lost
Maybe
it.
maybe some stained glass.
Yeah, some stained glass would be great.
Circle windows in there would be great. And I
Yeah.
think we talked earlier about how you put them in there, how you if there's any shrinkage or
Yeah, I was
expansion, contraction.
Yeah, I was wondering if there's
And
any.
What we've used a lot is plumber's tape.
Okay.
You know, like the plumber's hemp,
Yes.
right? So you can use that as a caulking around there.
And I don't have to worry about the glass
You
cracking.
don't have to worry about the glass cracking. You
Okay.
don't have to worry about expansion, contraction in there.
That's great because with this wall we did add sand to it to the hempcrete to create more thermal mass.
And more, and more tensility too.
Yeah. Yes, it is
Yeah.
stronger, and it was actually easier to apply
Oh,
with
well,
the
it would
sand
be.
in it. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could compact it more. So that's what we were going for with the interior walls, was more of the thermal mass that we could compact.
Now you're going to be putting a clay plaster over here.
Yep, all
on
the
exterior?
interior hempcrete gets
And
a
on the other
clay
side too, right?
clay finish. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because that clay actually over this lath will help keep it between these 2x4s.
Right.
Right.
Well, the reason why we used the lath was so that because the wood and the hempcrete are dissimilar materials, right? We didn't want it to be cracking.
Right.
So yeah, and instead of just doing strips, we decided to just put it across the whole thing because the studs are so close together.
Right. That actually makes logical sense.
Yeah, and it'll help hold everything together.
It will hold. Yeah.
Yeah.
That tack down will hold everything from moving because if you didn't have if the hemp's not wrapped around the studs, right, that has a tendency to move.
Right.
Because as it dries out a little bit, you get about 2-3% shrinkage out of
Okay.
there. It's enough for it to get a little bit loose in there. So having the lath over there and plastering over that is going to lock it down.
We also put some furring strips on either side of the studs, and then we ran bamboo through every
Well,
course.
you see, we
yeah.
can't see that. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I
To
could
give
find
it
good
no,
push.
yeah, you can't push it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you see, that's practical, and that's people like to know that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
came from what they use with Lystra clay,
Uh-huh.
with a course I took from there. So that's what they do with
Nice.
Lystra clay. So I just decided to use it for
And
hempcrete.
you've used bamboo.
Yeah, we use
I
bamboo.
love it.
Yeah,
Another
every
natural material.
course. Yeah.
Yep. That's
Yep.
awesome. When we talked once about putting your mud sill down,
Mm-hmm.
about what you could put over the hold downs
Okay.
to not corrode.
Oh, right.
Remember we talked
Yes.
about that, and I said
Yes.
maybe use a Henry's or some sort of paint
Right.
as a protection. Did
So-
you end up using the blocks of wood?
We ended up using a low VOC paint.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, a
Okay.
primer. Yep.
All right. You didn't like my idea. Cut out the wood and putting over there. Hey?
It seemed like extra work.
Ah,
And there's a lot to do when you're building a round house.
That's true.
Yeah.
But you've got, I can see all the extra work
Yes.
you put in here already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to know.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to the Hemp Roundhouse that Neil and I are building. And so I'm going to show you around a little bit and let you see what we've been up to. In this area over here, we have the kitchen. And we have all the windows here like facing south because in the wintertime we really want to get that south-facing sun that will heat up the house. As well, it's really nice to be in a kitchen where you have like a lot of windows and a lot of light that comes in. And that was really important for us as well because we really wanted to have a lot of natural light coming into the house. So we're not using as much electricity. We're trying to be as sustainable as we can. I love to cook, and I love to have people here and to enjoy the food. So we designed it so it's like a really open plan. And so we have this beautiful light that can come in the winter, but in the summer, the light won't come in, which is nice. It'll stay nice and cool. On the other side of the kitchen, we have, it's like this, it's almost cathedral-like. It's this round space where people can gather, and we'll have seating that goes all the way around. And on one side, we're going to have our heat source, which is going to be a fireplace. And so that will heat nicely because the walls actually have a thermal mass. So we have hemp and lime, but we added a certain amount of sand to give it a bit more density. So when the heat source heats up, it'll actually heat the walls as well. The other nice thing about the walls is that it will block the sound. So when we go to the bedrooms, you know, you won't be hearing this part of the house, because it'll be a nice space that, unlike with regular walls, it's, you know, you can kind of hear, they're paper thin and you can hear right through. These walls, that won't be the case. Why don't we go ahead to the front door and I'll show you the rest of the house. So here we have the front door, and as you'll notice, there's 2 holes that are on the sides of the doors. These holes are actually for cooling tubes. So these giant metal tubes that will go down into the earth and will go down about 40 feet under the earth, and so it will help cool the house in the summer. So in the ground, the constant temperature is about 50 or 55. So as the air comes through these cooling tubes, it'll come into the house, and then we'll be able to open our skylight to let the heat out and bring the cool air in. We chose a door so you could, again, more light, allowing light. Now we're not in a really cold area, so we kind of get away with a lot of windows. But we enjoyed the view of all the oak trees, so we chose a door that gave that as well. Okay, so this is bedroom 1, and so we have it on the north side, the bedrooms on the north side of the house, so we're going to get the least amount of light. We thought bedrooms, you know, are nice on the part of the house that we don't really need to be concerned about, like the active part of the house, like the south side. So this is the kind of the quiet north side of the house. That's a closet, and there's a couple of windows in here so we can have nice air circulation. When you have 2 windows in a bedroom, it gives a nice breathable room. And with hemp, you don't need to be so airtight because we're dealing with thermal mass and insulation. So, you know, we can have a space that has windows that can open and not worrying so much about losing all of our heat. We come around, we have a bathroom that will have, and now we have all of our stuff in here, so you can see. But this bathroom will be, have a shower and a toilet and a sink, and it's accessible from the kitchen as well. So when we designed, and as a woman, I think a lot about flow and about when people come to a house. Really, it's a round house, but we really tried to design it in a very practical way that would work with a family, and if they have company or relatives come as well. And then again, see, so we come right back to the kitchen. So we have this kind of nice flow that happens with the house. It's easy to access to a bathroom or to a bedroom, and yet the bedrooms still have a lot of privacy. Next, we're going to be going to the, this is a laundry room, and also like a room for if you're in the garden as well. So there's an access door here. It's like a mud room as well, so you're not getting the rest of the house dirty when you come in, but it's very accessible from other parts of the house as well. Now, I lived in San Francisco, and I lived in a place with a lot of roommates at one point, and there was a separate room for a toilet. So this is like its own space, this toilet. So it makes a world of difference of having a toilet that's separate from the bathroom, so people can use the toilet and then someone else could be using the shower, and you don't have that conflict. And again, you know, we could probably have a lot of people stay here and not have that become an issue. Then this is the master bathroom, which kept getting bigger and bigger. And that master bedroom got a little smaller, but basically it's going to have a standing tub and a shower as well. And then again, it's its own separate space, so like if someone needs to use the toilet, someone can be in here taking a bath, and they can chill and not worry about using up the space for someone else that needs to get in here. And under the stairs, we have a lot of storage space. So there's a couple little niches, and we thought, you know, we're trying to use the space as well as possible and also keep the design really simple and clean. And so this is a nice space where we can store things for, you know, sheets and bathroom toiletry types of things as well. And then I like to sauna, so this is going to be a sauna space here as well. I had an immune issue that was caused by toxic elements, toxic molds in houses. So that's one of the main reasons that we decided to build naturally, is so, you know, for health reasons and for other people too that have had these kinds of issues. Part of what we're doing is we're trying to use materials that are sustainable and that are healthy for the planet and for other people. And when people are in their home, they're also, you know, staying healthy because the materials are, you know, working with them instead of against them. And so this is the master bedroom. It's quite small. We actually kept the bedrooms pretty small. And there's 2 closets, so, you know, it's his and hers closet. But we really wanted to, I really felt in bedrooms that it's nice when they're smaller spaces. You know, you kind of want to feel safe and secure and almost like you're being held when you're sleeping. And so the spaces for the bedrooms we really did keep modest in order to make the areas that are more active, you know, larger and more expansive and with more light as well. Okay, so there are some holes that we have in our walls in the center room that lead to the bedrooms. And so you'll see there's 3 round holes at the top, and at the bottom you'll see there's 2 square holes. And the reason we have those is because we have one heat source that is a fireplace. And so we want the heat, or if we want to, we can regulate the heat in the bedrooms. So we have it so that the cool air can come through and the hot air can go into the bedroom. And again, we'll have it so they'll be openable, so there'll be this this way to regulate the heat in the bedrooms, or we can close them off if it's too hot in this part of the house as well. Okay, so we have these windows. We have quite a few windows, and it's on the south side. And the reason that you would put your windows on the south side is because it's a passive solar design. So what it does is that in the winter time, the sun will actually go along this kind of lower horizon on the south side, and the sun will come into the house. And it actually goes all the way to the back wall of the main space, which is pretty great. And it'll heat the floor and it'll heat the space in the wintertime. Now in the summertime, the nice thing about having south-facing windows is that the sun is going to go east to west straight overhead, so it actually will not really come in through these windows. And so in the winter time you won't be having, like if you have west facing windows or east, the sun's going to go directly in the summertime, where in the summertime here it's just going to go directly overhead.
Hi, my name is Neil Decker, and
Hi, I'm Stella.
And our business is Starseed Creative. We'd love to have you contact us at starseedcreative.com for upcoming workshops and design.
You too can have a house made out of hemp, a roundhouse made out of hemp. Contact us at starseedcreative.com and let us help you build something that is going to be healthy for you and healthy for the planet.
Change your whole infrastructure, hip will never wrong us.